We are learning new details of that possible threat that forced President Trump to suddenly change planes in Turkey last month. All this amid questions about why Air Force One was allowed to take off with so many people on board, not knowing they were in danger. Nancy Cordes is at the White House with the latest on this. Nancy, it's a question I keep asking myself every day. The Secret Service really living up to the name secret. What are people saying now?
What we're learning now, Gayle, is that the thing that they were initially worried about, this Iranian plot, may not have been as much as it seemed. U.S. officials tell us now that they first learned about the possibility of an Iranian plot just about a day before they executed this complex ruse to quietly move President Trump from Air Force One to the other plane in a catering truck. And U.S. officials say they received intelligence about an Iranian team in Turkey tasked with firing a surface-to-air missile at Air Force One with President Trump on board. That sounds incredibly alarming. The intel came from multiple sources, including the NSA, the CIA, and Turkish intelligence. But U.S. officials say they investigated quickly and ultimately did not detect any such Iranian team on the ground. By that point, however, both Air Force One and the military jet carrying the president had already left Turkey. We've also confirmed that President Trump was not the only person who was secretly transferred off of Air Force One and onto that airport catering truck to get to the military plane. Sources say he was accompanied by his Deputy Chief of Staff, Dan Scavino, his assistant, Natalie Harp, and the Director of Oval Office Operations, Walt Nauta. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth met them on the military plane and flew with the president from Turkey to England. Among those who stayed behind on the original Air Force One, some names you'll recognize: Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller. Some of the people on Air Force One knew that the president had switched planes, and some didn't.
Right, Nancy, thank you so much.